Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And yep, the title that you are reading is correct. Now, before you go off and think that I'm absolutely insane, which God knows I probably am, but please hear me out for a second as to why I put that title up there and basically said that Call of Duty games should cost $1,000. I mean, every single one of us, every single year, or a majority of us, and I'm one of the worst if you think about it to a certain extent, especially since I have a Call of Duty channel here on YouTube. Basically, year after year, we support the game in every single way, and on our part, we're not doing anything different. So therefore, Activision themselves are not going to be doing anything different because the numbers are always going to be high, pre-orders are always going to be there, people are going to be playing the game, all that kind of stuff, and we're going to be falling for the same traps and kind of stuff like that because we just have this hope deep down inside of us that, hey, maybe the next Call of Duty that they come out with is going to be amazing. And one of the reasons is because most of us can sacrifice $60. Some of us will find a way to do it, even if we're struggling a little bit or whatnot. You know, we got to get our Call of Duty fix, right? We just have this thing for Call of Duty, right? And we just hope that we finally get something. It's almost like, if you think about it, it's almost like I don't know, it's almost kind of like a drug, I guess. I had this one friend who was a drug addict, and he basically told me once that that first high, there's nothing quite like it. No matter how high you try to get, when you're doing drugs after that, it's like you're chasing that first high. So it's kind of like that with Call of Duty. Every single year, we keep on hoping that the reveal is going to be more epic and that the game is actually going to live up to the hype and we're not going to be disappointed and they're finally going to bring this back or they're going to add this or do that. It's like we're constantly chasing that one high and we'll never get it. But we'll never get it as long as we keep on doing what we're doing in terms of pre-orders and continuing to support the game and all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, some of us, kind of like the developers to a certain extent, are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because some of us, this is the type of game we like to play. We certainly had a really good beginning in terms of, especially when you go back to COD 4. So some of you guys have even been playing since before that. So the thing is that it's like we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you can't. And all we want, really, we're not asking for anything crazy. All we really want is a chance to have a good Call of Duty, because that's all we really want. We just want a solid Call of Duty to take our minds off of the everyday stresses of life. And for those of you guys that are a little bit younger, I mean, I certainly understand that, especially in this day and age, the younger people of this generation are exposed to a lot more than I was at my generation to a certain extent. A lot of it is because of technology. And also the times were different. You know, the younger people were exposed to different things back then. And just like with this generation, you guys are exposed to other things. But the thing is that we all have, to a certain extent, a stressful life. And all we want is to get some stress relief and to escape reality for a certain amount of time and enjoy a Call of Duty game. And we will give $60 or sacrifice $60 or however you want to word it, or whatever you have to do to get that $60, whether it's easy or whether it's hard, because every single one of us have different kinds of financial situations, which is extremely understandable. But the thing is, we find a way, one way or another, no matter if we're rich or poor, we find a way to sacrifice that $60 because we want something that'll give us that quote unquote high that we're pretty much chasing since, let's say, COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 or whichever Call of Duty is your favorite ever, or which Call of Duty you enjoyed the most, or the first, actually. So, if the game were to actually cost $1,000, it would force us as a community to use our minds a little bit more. And then when we don't make that purchase, because $1,000 is a lot of money, I know $500 would be a lot too. I know that if I brought the price down in this commentary, it would still be a lot. But $1,000 really needs to be that title. It really needs to. $1,000 just stands out a little bit more. So, because there are already people that are spending hundreds of dollars. But imagine, instead of the average person spending $60, all of a sudden they'd have the cheapest choice they'd have would be $1,000. Can you imagine that? that would force us as a community, because all of a sudden money is involved, so that would automatically force us to maybe not even pre-order the game, not support it, and just go off and play something else because it's a lot more cost effective and we'd have to look for something else. And it's because of money, which is exactly how the way Activision operates. Nothing is ever going to change unless we stop supporting the game or we make some sort of change. Now, I'm not asking you guys to not support the next game. I'm not really asking you guys to do anything. I'm just basically making an interesting commentary and to kind of put us in a realistic situation, just to kind of ask ourselves, how different would things be, at least for 1 year? And how much of a change would we get in a 1 year period of time for Call of Duty if a game, even if it were just for one time only, were to be priced at $1,000 at the cheapest? Think about that a little bit. It really is something that gets you thinking a little bit. And I know that even me, even if I could easily hand that $1,000 over, okay, still I'd be hesitant because it is a lot of money for one video game. And I think a lot of people would agree. So all of a sudden what happens? We have to use our heads. Is this going to be worth it? Is this game going to have exactly what I want? Yada, 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 all that stuff. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Would you spend $1,000, or what do you think about this commentary? Let me know. And as always, guys, thank you very much for all the support. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.